The First Prince and Other Stories, written by C.R. Blake, narrated by the author. A brief introduction to the world of Kel. So what is this about, you must be wondering? What kind of book have you stumbled across, and what genre should it be pigeonholed into? Fantasy is probably what most people would say. Fantasy that has been heavily influenced by mythology. Of course, that is how fantasy started, before the fantasy genre was based on the fantasy genre. So we have stories about a world called Kel, and an author is telling you it is a mythology-infused fantasy world. Where does that take us? The long-standing joke is that if the Princess Bride and Conan the Barbarian hooked up in Narnia and had a baby, that would be Kel. Now, if you have never read The Princess Bride, at least watch the movie, please. Or read anything by Robert E. Howard. Remember, never judge a book by its movie. Or read further than The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in the Narnia series, that explanation will not make any sense. So here I will offer a brief description of what the series is about and what to expect. Kel is a fiction series inspired by a variety of mythologies, literature, and to a lesser extent films and popular culture. I have read that J.R.R. Tolkien was frustrated by C.S. Lewis's Narnia series because Lewis was mixing mythologies from different cultures. Lewis felt, since all those different things could exist together in his mind, they could exist in a story. Both Tolkien and Lewis were successful writers, and both of them left stories behind that still entertain and impress readers to this day. Considering this, Kel pulls more from the Lewis tradition than the Tolkien tradition, not because one is better than the other, but because the Lewis tradition allows more freedom and creativity, and Kel is a very broad world. This brings us to the resource of mythology. In most classic mythology, there does not seem to be a discovery process. All the characters or players seem to know all about Zeus, Hera, and Poseidon, or Thor, Loki, and Sif, etc. Mortals seem to know a lot about the immortal races, their history, and the roles they play in the world. Kel is a young world. Different cultures are emerging and discovering themselves.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?